Live. It is EuroScrum and Hookup, and Gordon and Yarrow and Sam are here. Let me now click on the screen share button. Let us start off with well, I've got Yarrow already on the cards here. Yarrow, how are things with you? My sympathies already for your cold. That is.
Yeah, thanks so much. But things are doing well. Well, Brian, we had a good discussion with Brian last night. He joined the hackathon for the weekend, so he hasn't done any work on reviewing the pull requests.
Right.
But he's done some work last night. And he's been polishing my Hangout pull request, forwards and backwards, polishing off all the single quotes, double quotes, indentation, and all the stuff. And hopefully that will get merged into develop tonight.
Oh, lovely, lovely.
Although I'm really looking forward to that, because I've done, I don't know, 10 pull request updates.
Oh yeah.
But it's good. I'm learning things.
Yeah. Good show. Excellent. So,
and by the way, I know you didn't ask much for this functionality, but he did push the Discuss feature to develop. So it's there, and it's better for everybody to test it.
Yeah, I think that's, I mean, as I mentioned the other day, as I was starting to use Discuss again to discuss things with John E. on my blog, I was thinking, yes, this is, actually, I think there is value. I mean, I've used Discuss extensively with, my class and all my students' blogs, although then the last year, actually, it kind of, I don't know, something broke. But then, anyway, so it's not that I don't want to have the discussion functionality. I think discussion functionality is important. It's my, my general concern about overloading things. Anyway, but cool, That's
so it's undeveloped and it's ready for testing, and we should test it.
Okay. Yeah. So, anything blocking you at the moment?
Not at all. I have finally mastered, after 2 days of digging in, I have finally mastered Jasmine and specs.
Excellent.
And the test environments, I was adding some specs for JavaScript we had on website 1. And yeah, we'll carry on working on the Hangouts feature. Oh, by the way, Sam, I'm not sure if I can do it myself, but ideally we should have a repo at Agile Ventures for the Hangout applications we have.
Sure.
And I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Can I set it up myself?
I think you might be able. Why don't you try? I mean, for me, I would just go here, create new repository, and then, I've got. Does Agile Ventures appear as a repository that you can create?
Well, it kind of. Let me have a look.
But just go to github.com/new, and if you're able
Agile
to.
Ventures, new repository. Interesting.
It should just be one of the.
You don't have permission to create repositories for this organization.
Oh, okay. Well, I think I can give you permissions for that. If I go to where do I want to go? I want to go to Agile Ventures, and we've got members. There we go. I thought I want teams. That's what I want. Here we go. So teams. So let's have a new team. Oh, hey, somebody, which we will call creators, people who can. But I don't. That's funny. Does that? Yeah, I would like to see. Anyway, maybe I'll look into if we can. What's the criteria for giving this team able to push pull to its repositories as well as add other none of these seems to specify the ability to create them. So I'll look into that. I'll add that to my list of.
Maybe it's not for teams. Maybe it's for particular users.
Maybe it's individuals. But I'll make sure that. I mean, in the meantime, can I just quickly create the?
Yes, please. Yeah.
Let me. Because if I don't want that blocking you, I definitely want to get in. So what repo do you need? I
don't know. What should we call it? Well, it's a Hangout application for the website 1. So I call it website 1 connection service. That's what I call it myself.
Right. I mean, I think one of the problems actually with website 1 is it's not very descriptive about what it is. But so this is like, should we call this is it a Hangout connection?
Service or Hangout connection app or something.
Yeah, Hangout connection. Well, I mean, they're all applications, so Hangout connection.
All right. Yeah, Hangout connection.
So, and then we can put, like here, we can do Hangout connection application. Okay. Which feeds data from Hangout back to server. Cool. There you
go. Now, what would be the procedure for this one? So, who can push to this repo now?
I'm not sure. Why don't you fork it and put stuff in, and I'll make it in there, and I'll work out how to make sure that you have full permissions on it.
All right. Okay. Yeah. That's.
Yeah. If you just get started with a fork, and we'll work it out from there.
All right. Okay. Yeah. That's it. Nothing else.
Cool. And are you available for pairing today?
Well, kind of. Although I'll be extremely slow.
Yeah. No worries. If you're sick, rest up. Good show. So Gordon, are you signed up for Agile Ventures somewhere in here? I guess.
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Cool. What's your username?
Let me type it in here.
It's so much more
Most
harder
likely
to search.
That. Say again, sound pretty?
I mean, it's so much more harder to search with the pagination.
Yeah, no. Well, it's just not even possible. Oh, right. Cool. And so, if you go to your account, Gordon, then you press edit, you can potentially add more information about yourself, skills, and if at some point there are projects that you're interested in associating yourself with, I think Cordelia was the one that you were particularly interested in. Do click the star next to the Cordelia thing there. I had myself. Oh, and actually, you already are. Oh, that's interesting that you're there. Yes. And I'm suspicious there because I would then. Oh no, you do have project involvement, right? Sorry. Yes. So you already done that, but yes, you may want to fill out your profile. Anyway, but yeah, how are things with you, Gordon?
Sure. Will do. Oh, not bad. I have some time today to pair if anyone's interested.
Cool. Yeah. Anything particular that you wanted to pair on? Particular project, code base, or
Codalia, if anyone's interested, or whatever else. I'm not.
Sure. Good show.
That's my preference, but if other people want to work on something else.
I would sit and watch on Codalia, Gordon, if you don't mind. But I know nothing about it, so I couldn't be really paired with just watching. Alternatively, if you want to do something in website 1, then I can.
Yeah, I'm too new to
Sure. Well, anyway, and you can always watch. Well,
I'm too new to the project to, I think, be the lead pair.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think Yarrow would take is very experienced with website 1. But so let's see what sound pretty. How are things with you?
Nothing to report. So if not much, nothing since yesterday.
No. Okay. So nothing blocking you. Any plans?
Plans, I don't know. I might pair with someone on website 1. I mean, like, I don't really have any story. Although I do have some stories I could work on. Yeah, I'll just make sure. I might be pairing on the GitHub commit count thing, which I've taken up. So.
Well, if you're free now, it sounds like Yarrow and Gordon will be,
By the way, yeah, that's a good story to pair on.
Yeah. By the way, Yarrow and I were talking about like after the Scrum yesterday about lots of stories in the backlog, and there were a few stories like which you had started, but there was.
Please wait just a second. Wow. Shit. I went to the new GitHub repository and it says the repository is empty. Care to check the GitHub channel on YouTube. I clicked that and I got a soundtrack into my earphones and no way to stop it.
Okay,
But that's okay. I can hear now. So pretty. Could you please repeat that again?
I meant like
go on.
Yesterday I and Yarrow were. Discussing about like lots of stories in the current and the backlog, in which so you had a few stories that you'd started, but then not much progress has been made, and we wanted to clean up the current and the backlog so that new stories could be introduced. Like one of there, he's made a comment to you on all of the stories, so we could discuss that now if you're free.
I talked to some I talked to Sam about it last night, so it's all resolved at the moment.
Okay, then I wasn't there, so.
There are 2 stories to accept, maybe, which is the AirPair supporter sidebar, which has been implemented, and the bulk maybe.
Right. Yep. And we've got another one here about emailing. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we can do that later, like a website on client meeting maybe, when our more number of stories can get accepted.
Yeah, I guess there's no rush to deal with those 2. We do it in a bigger thing when a few more things are delivered. Let me just mention myself. So yeah, big day of pairing at Makers yesterday, getting more students talking them through Agile Ventures and hoping to get them more and more involved in pairing. I'm now in the Makers, as I mentioned, we're now doing Data Mapper and Sinatra and things. It's now, I've sort of moved out of just doing raw aspect and Ruby with them, and so it's getting a lot more interesting. So that's kind of cool. But today is my, I guess, sort of MOOC day. I've still got a few administrative things to sort out. I guess I need to be working through the week 2 release, which will go out in about an hour and 45 minutes. So I need to kind of complete that first. But I'm around today, available for discussion. I guess we've got the Autograders client meeting in the afternoon. But it would be nice if I could fit some pairing in on various things. David's joined us as well. David, how are things with you?
All right, thanks. Progress since the last Scrum is that I fixed up one of the pull requests on local support, the one about fixing the vagrant file, because it didn't seem to be merging correctly, so it seems to look okay now.
Right, good show.
And plans would be to work on the rake task for the feature flags.
Right. Is there? Yes. Is there a strong need for a rake task for the feature flag?
Yeah, personal need. I don't want to be explaining to everybody how to install the feature flags.
Okay. No, fair enough. That makes sense. That's reasonable. Yeah. Okay. Yes. I guess what would be great would be if I could finish pulling in this. I'd really like to get through. There should be a local support client meeting this coming Thursday. I'd really like to clear the decks of pull requests before then, and get the feature flag right out into production. So anything blocking you, David?
Just that I don't properly understand rake.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Well, we could possibly have a quick look at that together later on. And are you available for pairing today?
Yeah, I'm going to hopefully start a session in an hour or 2.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. I'll just actually, on that note, I'll just mention, so I have created this pairing notifications channel, which David, you and I were discussing in general. I think that the value of having a pairing notifications is, you can, for example, you can put, ultimately, I want, all of these things to be completely automated. If you can put a pairing as you do there, for example, in local support and general, but of course, in local support you can do at channel, but you only get the people who have already committed themselves to this project. And the pairing notifications is partly based on the discussion with Gordon yesterday, is that Gordon's kind of interested in pairing generally, but we don't want to spam the general channel with pairing things, because we've got 124 people in here, many of whom are just interested in sort of tech talk and kind of hanging out. So does that make sense, David, about using channel here for the pairing notifications?
That's all right. I just switch off notifications. They've got to be in the channel to post to it, but yeah.
Go on.
But what I was going to say is, if people want notifications, they can get them from the general channel by watching for a keyword. If we pick on a keyword.
Okay, but then that requires people actually, well, we could try that as well.
The alternative to a key, the alternative to a key, them setting up a keyword, it's us inviting them into pairing notifications.
Yeah, I think that's only, with the pairing notifications, we would have to get people to do something, whereas pairing if it's a keyword. So it seems like having a pairing notifications channel that is a pair with our Scrum notifications channel makes sense in the show. Anyway, let's give it a try for pairing.
Yeah, I don't want to have a debate about it. It's fine. Anyway, my opinion is only one out of 124.
Oh, sure. Go on, somebody.
like I've left both of the pairing notification and the Scrum notifications because like I've gotten used to the schedule of the Scrums and
Yeah.
everything, so I don't really need to get
Yeah, that's
notifications
right.
in emails. Yeah, so
Indeed,
that's
and
why.
I think that's as it should be. People need to be able to control their notifications and how they set them up. Anyway, okay, well that sounds good. I guess a little note I want to follow up on. John E has got more as further developments of his prototypes. So okay, well I think unless there's any other critical business for the group, I'll call that a wrap on the EuroScrum, and we can set up pairing sessions. I'll just